Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera. Queen Jolene's on the camera. Just wanted to touch it for a minute. That's all, boys. You don't blame me, not at all. Yesterday, at the end of the video, or getting to the end of the video, I made a bracket for this little stanchion here to put on the side of the hood. I have the little bracket that goes on the hood to hold that down. I explained yesterday how this would generally mount on your chassis, and it would hold your hood down. This goes on here like this. That goes on there like so. I'm not going to drop it again, I hope not. Now, these were originally bought for Jolene's car. Now, I'm going to take you inside and show you why not, just for shits and giggles, just because we can. I am going to cut the hood off the truck today, and as I cut it off, we all can wonder if it's going to go bow, wow, 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 or it's going to stay in place. So that's the bet. Who bets it's going to take off, and who bets it stays in place? That'll be the good comment today. On Jolene's car, we've got places to, I could have bolted this piece here on that side of that car. Yes, I could have. I could take this. Let's go get the other one. This is not a good example because I got a bracket on it. So we're going to do a little bit of running around here for a second, just show you what's going on. This stuff here that I have, this stuff I have right here, was bought for Jolene's car. This stuff, and when I got it and I was going to use it, it did not seem to work. And I'm going to go over with it and just to show you why. Probably the best thing would be to do is put the hood on. Let's put the hood on Jolene's car. It's been a while since I've been in here and looked at it, but the primer's drying up good. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. It's been a while since I've been in here, so bear with me. Bear with me. See if I can't get these big ass boots up in that hole. Look at that, would you? It was just like the game of Operation. All right. What's going on here? Well, it's been a while since the hood been on, so just wonder what's going on. See? There we go. Not sure what happened there, but maybe it's some filler or something. But anyways, as I have these things here, that can mount down there like that and pull up on that. But watch what this does. This turns up in here like this. And then that there really doesn't fit. Like I could make an L bracket for that, I suppose. But where did it not fit the most? Back here, if I was going to do that, you can see how this lays down on the hood. This would have to lay over here like this. You know, that doesn't work for me like that. If you see what I'm trying to tell you, if I made a bracket, this piece here does not work. I do not want to stand it up like that so it works. I'm not interested in making an L bracket on the hood, not interested in that. And I'm not interested in trying to run this stainless piece over the side of the car, which it would probably try to do is run it over the side of the car to get that to work. And then I'd have to make a bracket. I don't like that standing off the hood like that. If it was down on the side of it, fine, but it did not work because I had it on the top of the hood. This one here, it didn't seem to be long enough. It wasn't bad, I guess, but it didn't seem to be long enough. If I mounted it down here, I didn't have enough spring and enough reach in that to go all the way to the top. If there's not enough reach in that for that. Ouch. If I mend that down there, you'd have to have like over 1.5 inches to get that up on there. So I didn't go with that. That's why we didn't use those. That's why I have them for the truck there. Alrighty, just looking here for a second. This is what happened. Me and Jolene has sent for some other things here. We got some belts, is what she sent for. One place, they were how much?
400 to 600.
At one place she looked for these, more or less exact same thing, was $400 to $600 for 2 sets of belts. So they come in a package like that. She bought these at Moss Motors. At Moss Motors, and what you get them for?
60 or 80.
This Moss place that we have bought a few pieces from is called Moss. I think it's Moss Motors, is it not? Mm-hmm. It's a UK place, is it not? Mm-hmm. It has reasonable prices for some stuff that, you know, for cars that if you're building something and you want something that's a little different than you're, you know, normally used to, that Moss Motors is a terrific spot, in my opinion, for that sort of stuff. So from, how much these cost, you say again? $80 to, yeah, $80 a pair. So from this to, from 400, there's quite a big difference, you know. So we went with the $80 ones. I'm thinking that this wouldn't look bad if we put that on there and had that strap down there. If you can recall, Jolene's interior is this color, but it's ostrich. That's a pale, it's a, okay, what would you call that? Neutral or beige, you know. But that's sort of what we're going for. If I go get 2 of them, I'll show you. And sometime I'm going to have to drill and mount them on that hood. And as I got going on about this, or got looking at these, I like maybe if we went maybe one here, we have to, we're going to say now, the buckle, we want to leave the buckle on the car. I'm thinking this strap would come down in it, so we would actually leave the buckle down here. The strap would be on the hood. And I'm just not sure, like that, which one you like best? Like that? That doesn't seem bad. But these buckles here are for Jolene's car. She got them in, so sometime in the near future we'll end up drilling that. And once that is done, then I can paint the hood. The doors I think I can paint now. They're going to be ready to paint anyways. But we got 2 of them for her Bugatti. As I get looking at them, I'm thinking that I would like leather straps for the truck. I like these. I do. I like these. I think these would work no problem whatsoever. But what I'm thinking is I would like, where it's at this age, or this, you know, this age, this 20s, early 20s era, I'm thinking that the leather straps over the hood would be really nice. I got a friend, his name's Paul Benjamin. He's made me a few belts for cars. The race car that we did for the World Land Speed record car had belts on it, and he made those. He had a nice brass buckle on it. Turned out fantastic, and I think this would look really good that way too. But this will work on this one, because this one goes like this, like I just showed you, goes like that. That would work on that one. But I'm thinking that I'd like the belt buckles on this one. All right, I'm going to get a grinder. We're going to cut the hood off, so you can make your what? Make your prediction. Make your prediction what's going to happen. And I'm going to explain. Will you hold that side, sweetheart, for me, please? Just let off a little bit. She wouldn't even give me any, boys. After I told her to hold on, she wouldn't even give me any. All right, so this is what happened on the hood. As you can see the hood, you can see how it's tacked. You can see the spot welds there. And I spot welded it. They got, maybe I'll come over here and take a look. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 spot welds on this side. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 on this side. What has happened? Them spot welds, it's spot welded to the round rod that I used to shape for the cowl. The spot welds up here are used on the round rod that I made the shape of the grill shell. Basically, what has happened is I made a skeleton of the hood, and then I wrapped the metal down over the hood and connected the metal to the round rod. I've actually welded it all the way along. It's not finished being ground all the way along. I just ground it off at the top. Well, what's going to happen now is I'm going to knock off these spot welds, and then this hood's going to come off. So you're going to have to make your prediction whether the hood's going to take off or stay in its shape. So what I'm hoping is that me connecting the inner construction of the hood to the truck made a buck to hold it in place. So it's just like making a chassis. You would never try to make a chassis, and I have before. You would never try to make a chassis and weld it all together without having something holding it in place. And the reason being is because when you stick the heat to it, it takes off on you. So it takes off on you. So if I had this sitting, if I made the buck of the hood and then put it on a stand somewhere and started welding it up, when I come to fit it back on the truck, it probably would not fit the best. But what I'm thinking, where I've stuck it to the truck, I will be able to cut it off and it should be in place, I'm hoping. Now, there's been a lot of welding going on. I welded all the way along there, I welded all the way along the back, and I welded all the way along the middle. There should be no reason why it should take off. I'm hoping it doesn't. But if it does, what I'm going to say is we'll be somewheres in place that we can play with it and put it back in shape, because it's in shape now. So if it comes out a little bit, that's fine, because we can bend it back. So my prediction, what is my prediction? My prediction is it's going to stay exactly where it is. I'm thinking the memory of it stuck to where it's at is going to leave it where it's at, and that's my prediction. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But what happens is, if I'm wrong, this is what I do. I come back in with another plan to fix it. And that's what I do everything. Like everything I do either by making a mistake or getting it the first time or the second time. But if something happens, it does not work, well, then I just go back in with another plan. Alrighty. Does not matter where I cut it off. Let's cut it off the back first. I'm thinking that that'll be, it did boing up a little bit, but I'm thinking that'll be fine for the belts. Like it'll have a little bit of thing on it. So it's coming off. So there's our hood. You can see how we're a little bit away from the side of the grill shell on this side. We're a little bit away from the grill shell on this side. We're a little bit away from the grill shell, or the red on the cowling on this side. So we're probably a ½ inch, I would say, no, not a ½ inch, 1/4 inch on each corner out from what's going on. And I'm okay with that. As I'm looking at it, this is what I probably will do, is I'm going to take the hood off. I probably might weld, let's get the bench out here. Now if we can recall, I think I made it in real time, so was it 2 shows or 1 show? 2. I think it was 2. So basically what is going on there, for what you see, is a couple hours. And to try to make that and then make it on the bench and bring it over and fit it on the truck, I think would be a lot harder than making it right on the truck. A lot harder. If I'm going to take a couple hours and make a hood on the truck, I think it was a lot easier. So I'm just going to pop this hood off. As I pop the hood off, what I see, I'm going to flop this over, take a look at it. Alrighty, there's where I welded the bar together. I've got a little bit going on here. I've got a bar going down to the middle. I can tack that up a little bit better. I got a little bit of welding to do on the inside here a little bit. But what I'm thinking is, I'm going to knock that off. What I'm thinking is I can put a little piece of, it probably won't be this exact piece. It might be something a little bit smaller. When I get the sides put on, if I welded a piece like a little tab, we'll say if I cut a 1/2 inch off, and then that, when I bolt this on, then the tab on the hood could go on the back side of that, so it cannot come out. So I would actually end up, when I go to put the hood on, I'm just thinking, I would squeeze the hood, this tab would go inside here, then it could not come out. It would have to go inside this to make it go right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to bolt the sides on, I think. So if I put a welded piece on there like that, or when I put the belts on, it should pull it tight, but who knows. I'm going to grind this off right for a second. I'm going to cut a couple pieces of that and try it, see what happens. See what happens. I got a couple nuts inside here to bolt that on. Nope, they're all on the floor. Okay, I'm going to go down and grab them, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. A couple nuts here I gotta grab. Just want to put the nuts on this. Also, this one down here. I wouldn't want that fitting like that, would I? Just a little bit of movement gotta have. Get that in there. Take that off. So I'm just gonna apply these on halfway tight. Get in there. There we go. We're talking. I'm gonna put this one on first. Depends on which one you do, which way you hold your tongue, I guess. Probably could get Jolene do that quicker, couldn't I, baby? Huh? Cross-threading that. I'm going to get a wrench, tighten that up a little bit. I think they're 1/2 inch. And they're not. I almost got it, didn't I? Huh? Just tighten this up a little bit. And it can only go so tight, you know, I can. And I'm going to tighten the other one up on the other side. I'm going to take and probably wind the holes out just a little bit bigger than they are now. And the reason being is, if I go to take it off sometime, I just don't want to fight with getting it off and on. And that's basically what it would end up happening if I didn't wind the holes out. What I mean by wind the holes out is where it's bolted. If I just wind it out just a little bit more, take the drill, the step drill, and just do it one more step. Let's do this side. So I'm going to end up welding a couple tabs on the hood and then put the hood back on. See what happens. All right, let's do the exact same with this bad boy. I think there's an order of procedure how to get these on. The bottom down here likes to go first. Get on there. And we can always do some louvers or anything in this after, like some louvers, or you know, step it out or whatever we need to make us happy. We can always do that in time. Alrighty, that one's good. I need one more. I like to have one more for that one. Right, that seems to be tight. One more nut. There. One more nut for me and you. I think that'll work. They were inside the truck when I was banging on something, and then he took off. But they didn't go far. All right. I have to hold my tongue right on that. Come on, baby. I don't know if it should be bolted on or nutted on, because when I apply the bracket on the hood, it's going to put pressure on this. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I had to cut these nuts off. That's the issue. These bolts had to be cut off. And they're not going on exactly the way they should. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to tell you? It'll go on, but it's just got to get the right spot. Come on, baby. Did I cross-thread you? Nope. If I'm breathing in the mic, that's how I live. I have to breathe. There we go. Just want to get that tight at the top, so when I put that little tab on the hood, when I put the tab on the hood, it's probably not going to be the best for the paint. You know, if I paint the hood sides, obviously it's not going to be the best for the paint, but we want the hood to stay on. Alrighty, there, that's bolted on. Let's get the grinder and knock them tabs off. So those who predicted that it would go boing, I'm guessing that you've won a free chance to guess again. Basically, it did go a little bit, but not that much. And I think I probably could just take it and do this a little bit, like I could do this. And I might even just do that. But I'm going to weld the tabs on anyways, just to try it. So I'm going to go against the chrome stanchions on the hood. I'm going to use belts, I think. I think it would just look better with the air. Also, I think I want to use belts or some sort of belting system to hold on the wheels, the spare wheels. already. I think I had a little tiny piece of that flat bar left over. Now I hope I didn't throw it in the garbage, but I probably did. No, I didn't. You're a bad man, Hiltz, you're a bad man. So this is, I think it's 3/4 inch probably. So let's cut 4 of these. We're just going to tack it on in case it doesn't work. I'm wondering, it popped out. So we're going to want the pieces welded on this. I'm just wondering if I should have the pieces on here, but that's not going to do me no good when I stick the hood on. It's out here. I want to stick these on the hood, so when these go in, I push it in, these sit inside there. That's, just had to think that over for a second. Had to think it over for a second. Let's do that for, and then do, was not real geared up today. Let's do this. Put that much. And we'll do 4 of those. We need 4 of them. Vice grip, just clean them up a little bit. Now I'm getting in action, it's flying now. Don't want that. I just want to knock off the sharp stuff, that's all I want to do. Cleaned up yesterday a little bit, did a few things around the shop. I don't know if I want to hold that between my legs or not, but I did. Deciding against that, I'm going to the hood. Seam sealer on each side of that, that's how I would do that, and I'd seam seal along this piece here, seam seal along that, seam seal along all of it before it ever gets painted. Probably do a little seam sealing up in here. When I weld the hood up, I'll stand the hood up and weld it this way. Well, I can weld it this way where it's upside down. Not a lot of heat would go down around. The heat would probably come up, but that's probably the way I would weld it, like this here. And as you can see, there's lots of space for the weld to be welded on there, so I can grind it off nice and see no weld. So when I weld this up, I would start from the top of the square stock and come right to the hood. And that way there, when I grind it off, I'll have it all. I would never want to weld it halfway on the square stock. I want to weld all the square stock all the way down and fill that all full of weld so it all looks good. And we'll do that after we get the hood fitting right. And I probably could squeeze to get it fit right, but I'm not going to. As of yet. As of yet. Alrighty. Now we were a little about quarter or an eighth popped out on each edge. I have to take a look in here and see where I can put that. I can't put that hard back. I can't put these hard back here because it would hit here. If you know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to have to move them ahead a little bit. I think I'm going to go up far as here and then put them in. So there'll be a little measurement going on. And I want the front ones. There's a bracket, right? Yeah, so I'm going to want them to come up here, and then there's a bracket. You can see the bracket on this side. You can see where it's nutted and bolted on that, right by the radiator there. I don't want to get it down there, so I can't get the hood down. So I'm going to bring that ahead. We'll do a little measurement, and then we'll just bring it where it's supposed to be, or it should be. So on the back. 2 inches fine, and on the front 2 inches fine. So two inch, two inch, inch, 2 inch. Now, nope, we're going to go on that side. Let's not do that wrong now. We'll get the welder going. Jolene gave me a buzz cut last night. God bless her. God bless her. She's my queen, Jolene. Alrighty. I don't know if I need a glove. I probably will in the end, but I'm just going to tack one on either side. And what I'm going to say after that, I'm just going to tack one on either side so I can cut it off if it has to be removed. One spot on that one. And one on that one. It's not bad. I'm going to get on the right side of the line. And just going down to the bottom of the... Looks good. Just take my fingers off it before I get burnt, that's all. A little something on this one, some tape or something. This one on here. Now, I do not know where I'm just tacking like that. It may, it shouldn't be that much power on it, but it could still bend that where I'm tacked way down there on that. It could bend it a little bit, but I'm thinking it should be fine. I'm just putting the brackets that we made down to the bottom. That way there we know. I knew I might get burned on that one, but nope. I'm a lucky man. And you know why? Oh, I have to take one off with Jolene, you know why? I'm a lucky man. Alrighty. Now, I've got them 4 tabs on. That hood, what I'm going to say is it's probably not going to go on the easiest, but it is what it is. So, I'm just going to pick it up. I'm going to try to jam the backside in, and I'm just going to push it in, I guess, see what happens. So I've just delivered a bunch of oil. I'm going to put this side on, and then I'm going to come around, and I'm going to beautiful. And I'll strap it on. That worked out good. I got a little bit going on here. I might have to put a bracket on. Just bend out there a little bit. I might have to put a little bracket on this. See the hood's in here. This hood is making, the brackets are making the hood go back in place. That fits nice. But then again, I made it to fit. Right? So I'm thinking I might have to put a little tab coming up on this side. On this side over here, does it look fine? This side over here doesn't look bad. But I also can put a little tab on this side. So this bracket here on these ends where it's bolted on is holding this in nice, and it's holding the ends in nice. On the sides, these side pieces are kind of out a little bit. So I'd want to have a bracket on this so it goes underneath the hood, which holds this in. So I need another 2 of those tabs, one welded on this side, one welded on this side. So I'd put one side on, and then you know what I'm trying to say? So I'd have another 3/4 inch piece of that. I'd weld on this piece, so when the hood comes down, this brings this in so it runs straight. So it has to run straight. And then I would put my belts on. That went fairly easy, I think, fairly good. Awesome. So the stanchions I'm not going with. I don't want to. I want to do the belts. I think it's more for the era. But I'm thinking they probably use them in that era. But I want the belts, give it the older look. I'm almost want to use the belt system on this somehow. If I can, maybe, I don't know if I can put a belt, maybe put a belt on this, run it down on the tire, and then belt the tire down inside there. That would be good. That would, you know, be something that would hold that tire in it, because it's in place now. If Jolene went to the front, it's in place. It's standing up on its own. It's got a nice little distance in here between the truck and stuff. I could put a belt, clamp it or bolt it here, run the belt through, run the thing down here, put a buckle in here, and bolt that tire down, just like the U-Haul trailers do. Let's give a couple minutes, and we'll let Jolene take a walk around the truck. So I'm basically done with fabrication on the truck. I'm basically done. I still have to do the grill yet. I can do a mesh, or I can run bars up and down through the grill. I'm just not taking it apart right now. We've got other things to do other than that right now. But the hood's fitting good. I like you. Just take a walk around the whole thing, baby. Show them what it looks like. Obviously, they've seen it the whole way, obviously. But a nice little walk around doesn't hurt. Man, that camera girl's good. The well cover, you want to get up on that? Want me to turn that around? Why not? You want the... Just going to pick this out of the way. We used a cowhide that you could get from Costco. IKEA. We just used a cowhide from IKEA and wrapped the seat. It's pretty pretty easy thing to do, I guess. Considering I probably didn't do it, probably Jolene did. But yeah, it's got this has got a flathead out of a 52 Merc in it, and it's got a 3-speed standard on it. And a friend of mine, Ronnie White on the mountain, actually did a lot of the mechanical work on this truck to get it rocking and rolling. And he did the shifter lever here. It's got a 3-speed standard that used to be on the column, and he made all that shifting gear there to make it go up the road. He did an awesome job on that. He fabricated a lot of the mechanical stuff on this truck. But it's a 3-speed standard on the floor. It's a open dry shaft in this truck. It's not a closed dry shaft. Watch yourself, sweetheart. we got a little place down here that's open. I'm not really enjoying it that much as I look at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take there's a couple pieces of metal, or a couple pieces of metal that came with this exhaust kit. You can buy the kit and then you make your own exhaust to make it fit. I'm going to make a turnout there so it closes up that area, so that area is not so stale looking. I'm going to take and weld something on here and give it a turnout. That way there is not shooting back that way, but it'll just fill that hole. Once that turnout comes there, that hole will be gone. That's what I'm thinking. So basically now what has to happen is a welder has to get going on this side and spot all the way along. Boom, 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 boom. Make a pattern all the way along. Maybe you can come up and go around that, and then come all the way back and go down around the other side and come back up through all the way along there, down around there, and do it all over again. The person on this side would do the exact same thing, bump, 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 all the way along. There's a lot of welding there. You probably, me and Aiden probably would weld that up in a couple hours, each person on each side. Then there's a couple more hours of the grinding going on, where the grinding sparks are flying everywhere. There's a couple more hours of that. And to me, the grinding is just as important as the welding. You don't want to grind it all off, but yet you don't want to make a mess. So there she is, all in a handbag. Our 1928, is it? 1928 Ford V8 3-speed standard oil delivery truck. So far, that's what it's called so far, the oil delivery truck. We have not let it out of the bag yet what we're doing with it, or what we're going with it, but it really does look the part. And what I will say, this is the fun part about it. When we get it all done, get it all painted, and make it look the way we want to, we'll probably not do the direct metal on this. We'll fill it, prime it, sand it, put nice shiny paint on it probably, because there's not really, to me, there's not really a whole bunch of filling. There's probably a lot, but there's not a whole bunch of filling that is going to happen on it. Like, I'm not going to put any fill on the box sides, I don't think. It's a one-shot deal. We step rolled the sides and we bring that panel out. I'm not really going to get into filling that or the tailgate, or I'm hoping that there's not going to be a bunch of fill anywhere, to be honest with you, but we're just going to skim it. Take out the dents in the barrels, probably, no doubt in my mind. Probably mostly DA the whole thing. And I'm not going to get the whole block going. I don't know if it's worth that or not. I don't feel like there's any area on the truck that you would notice it wavy, because there's not. You got a fender in here. You would have to get in beyond the fender to see if it's wavy. It's not like it's a Cadillac and you're looking down the side of it. To find out if that's wavy from that distance, that's going to be a hard thing to do. Where the barrel's round, to find out if that's wavy or not, like, that's going to be hard to do. Like, where's the flat spot? On the fenders, it's just going to be the edges all the way around the edge a little bit. I don't feel like you're going to see waviness in that. The only piece that you would ever really notice is it was wavy is maybe if you're, is the hood, but I can't see that being wavy. So it's basically, fill it out, run it off with a DA, and then paint it. And the part about this one is we want it so many different colors. That's the issue, where you want something like this, if you want it black, and if you want this red, or if you want this yellow, or if you want these black, and then you want the wheels blue, or whatever color we're going with. That's the deal, where you have to tape everything off and change the colors. But I feel like the tailgate, we will not fill the tailgate. It's just kind of it's an oil truck, not a show car. So we will fill it, prime it, and paint it in time to come. no doubt in my mind. We'll pick the colors out, and that's what we'll do with it. But like I said, the fun part about it will be when it comes time, we get this thing all painted up. When you go on the old internet and you go to look up oil trucks, I bet you it'll be there, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. So when we look on the oil trucks, now you see that Golf truck, and you see that Texaco truck, and you see that Sinclair truck. When we're done with this, I bet you when you Google it, you will see that truck. And that'll be the fun part of it, because people will look at it and say, wow, that's pretty cool. I can work off of that one. Look how they got square fenders. I can do the exact same thing as they did. And you can make the exact same fenders as I have. And it's been a couple weeks, you know, we've made a hood, 2 hood sides, fixed the grill or made the grill longer. We made a headlight bar, headlight brackets. We've made front fenders. We've made running boards. We've made splash aprons. We've made cutouts for the feet. We've made back fenders. We've made spouts for the box or for the tank. We've made the back for the tank. And we made cutouts for the wheels. And I really feel like anybody can do what I done there. And everything was done out of my brain. I did it the way I want to do, but I went off of what other people did and what I seen other people do. And I was trying to make it as easy as possible to get where I was going. And for me to make fenders and all that stuff and the hood and all that stuff, I think I did it the easiest way. Not saying it's your way, but it was the easiest way for me. And like I say every time that I'm doing this stuff, take what you like and throw away what you don't like. Like the cutouts for the wheels. If you want to cut a piece of metal and put it on a sandbag and bang on it for however long it takes, and take it to the wheel and try to wheel out something that you can put in there for a cutout, that's the way you want to do it, you go for it. But for me, I had a junk fender out in the old junkyard. For me, it was just easy to cut something up and put it in there. And it took me an hour to put cutouts in the running board. So, like if you want to put cutouts in your fender of your old car, because I really feel like cutouts are very attractive on a car. It kind of separates some of the cars, really. The ones that have the cutouts in the fenders. It separates them from the other cars because they don't have it. And to me, it's a more classier car with the cutouts in the wheel, and the spare wheel, to me. So, you know, the way I do it is not for everybody, it's for me. And basically what I do every day here, it's for me, but you're allowed to take whatever you want and use it, and then whatever you don't want, make sure you do not use it. Make sure you do it your way. If you want to go somewhere and try to buy a fender and cut the fender and then try to put it, like, whatever you got to do, you know. Like the cutouts on here. There was a couple good suggestions on the tanks. I never even thought. Stovepipe. Never even thought. But I could have went and bought some stovepipe. But in the end, I did not spend my money. I come home and I made something to make it work. Basically. And what I'm thinking is anybody that's in this hobby or watching can make something like this if they want to. And you make it look any way you want to, it's yours. And if anybody got something to say, tell them to get their welder out and make it, go for it. Do what they want to do, make themselves happy. But I feel like anybody could make what we did here. I know I'm talking about not spending money. There is money in this thing, don't get me wrong. There's 2 sheets of metal, 2 sheets of 18 gauge, that's money. The exhaust pipe was money. The well covers are money. The welding tank is money. Yes, things do cost money. And like Jolene said, this really is a wealthy man's sport. And as a young person, or like now even, to say, you know, you're wealthy, just buy it. Well, that's not the case. That's not the case. When you're making something and you're not wealthy, you have to dig deep in the old noggin to figure out how to get what you want. And that's how I have done it since I've been a young person, and that's how I still do it. And I am not going to change. I wouldn't care if I had $50 million. I would not change who I am because of money. Money does not change who you are. It changes the perspective of who you are, maybe, but it does not change who I am. I'm the kind of guy that wants to build something as cheap and as practical as possible. All the cars that we have out in the building out there, I'm not into, I've sanded and polished, or had polished a couple, but I'm not into sanding and polishing and spending thousands and thousands and thousands of hours on something to satisfy myself. No, I like to make things. When this truck gets painted, I will sand the primer, I will paint it, and that will be it. There'll be no polishing, no nothing. If I'm going to do something like that, if I'm going to sand and polish a car, like if I get Elvis all done and I want to sand and polish that car, I probably wouldn't want to drive that car a whole bunch or do the things I do in it and drive it around and slam the doors and have everybody jumping in and out of it and, you know, spilling coffee in the front seat and that sort of stuff. I probably wouldn't want that. And to me, it means a lot that you can get in and drive it and appreciate it. And I appreciate all the cars I got out there. We've run them over the roads. We did what we had to do with all of them. But I enjoy making things, and this is what I like to do. I'd rather make it than drive it, to be honest with you. I'd rather make it than drive it. All right, everybody, that's it for today. We got the hood off. Those who said it sprung out, I guess you won by that much. You won by that much. We had an easy fix for it. Just doing the little bracket on the inside. We're going to do a little bracket on the inside of these, so these match up perfect. Everything fits. I'm happy with it. The main construction of the vehicle is over. Now it comes down to the welding and the grinding and the filling, and we'll see what happens. I might make the grill shell before it heads out maybe, but we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, have a great day. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Build a car.